Well, basically, I was raised in this area, and all my life I was always told, don't worry about the yellow or the orange streams because they're always going to be orange.
One fact that perhaps not all Pennsylvanians know is that abandoned mine drainage is the #1 water quality problem throughout the state. It affects 44 out of 67 counties. It is caused by the legacy of mining, which is 250,000 acres of biologically dead land. This land won't even grow a sumac, and it goes throughout the state, producing acid mine drainage every time it rains. And this results in 5,000 miles of biologically dead streams. The Foundation for Pennsylvania Watersheds supports 150 watershed associations throughout the state. And if one attends those meetings, many times held in local fire halls and town halls, one can see their decision-making process in terms of going after projects. To me, it's local democracy in action. And not only does it result in an improved environment, but those site-specific projects are a matter of jobs in the community. Watersheds can be very small in scale or they can be very large in scale, but it pertains to a natural boundary of where water flows from ridge to ridge. We have 67 counties throughout the state, 104 management watersheds through DEP, Department of Environmental Protection. But within those, we have many sub-watersheds, some of which are headwater streams and very important areas for recreation and stewardship on the part of citizens.
A watershed association is a nonprofit organization that relies on volunteers, that relies on grant funding, that relies on donations to improve water quality within the watershed.
If nobody treated the water, the Lower Hannah would still be orange, which is something we have worked with St. Vincent College on their project also to help clean up the waterways through Latrobe. Rolling Rock beer used to be brewed in downtown Latrobe, and they always talked about coming from fresh mountain spring water, and the water right beside the plant was bright orange for years because it was polluted by abandoned mine drainage. I don't think Rolling Rock Brewery was using the water from the Lower Hannah at that time. So between our system and the other system at St. Vincent, we've cleaned up the water significantly, and people have noticed. Wildlife has returned to the area, and it's just something that we're very proud of to be a part of.
We are funding passive treatment systems, which can result in clean water for communities, and returning fish back to segments of stream. In fact, our foundation has provided grants that have resulted in 700 miles of previously dead streams being brought back to life.
We're fortunate to be given a 30-acre parcel of property right in downtown Latrobe by the Latrobe Foundation several years ago. The main reason why we chose this method of treatment, two reasons. One, our organization and a lot of other watershed groups can get money to build a system like this, but it's difficult to keep that system going. There's no money available for operation and maintenance of a system.
Well, limestone dosing basically is when you bring in a triaxle, 23 ton at a time, and we dumped it right here near the stream. We had one pile on this side, one pile on that side, so not to block the stream. And then we would just kick it in little by little. The Fish and Boat Commission showed an interest, and they said that they would be willing to try an experiment. So because of our efforts, they decided to shock and transfer 70 native brook trout from another adjacent stream on the other side of the mountain here and bring them in. Then what happened is after 2 years, not only did we find fish, but we also found the new of the year, the little guys.
There are a lot of programs out there that allow for people to restore, protect, and conserve the natural resources in their watershed. And we believe that our small grants can provide local municipal support to leverage those agency dollars.
This is the Green Lick Dam Shoreline Restoration Project. And we got a Jacobs Creek Watershed Association received a Growing Greener grant to do this project. We partnered with the Pennsylvania Fish Commission to actually do the work. We began in fall of 2010, and our goal was to restore almost 500 feet of severely eroded shoreline on the northern part of Green Lick Lake. We did support some of the local economy because we received the materials locally, the rock, the gravel that we use, the trucking to get it here, and also we used a local contractor for the plantings and the revegetation.
Well, a watershed association would be pressed to do a lot of projects without volunteers. You would have to have volunteers to be able to pull these off.
You need people to get involved, whether it's to manage projects, to maintain projects, to write grants, to sample water, to take pictures, to write articles. Of a number of things, lots of small jobs that always need to be done.
We have a volunteer that spends hours every 2 weeks mowing grass at the project site, because if he wasn't there, we would have to pay somebody to do it or do it ourselves. And for a 4-acre system, there's a lot of grass.
Our board is integral to all of our projects, especially this one. We have our technical people on the board, and they come up with their project ideas, they apply for the grants, they design the projects, and they even conduct oversight on the projects. So they're very, very important. We also have non-technical people on our board who are also very important. They support the projects, they approve them, and they help out in whatever manner they can.
We have a diverse board. We have people with technical knowledge. We have lawyers, doctors, teachers, just people, regular community residents that all contribute in a specific way.
A technical knowledge, no. It would help to have a variety of board members in the variety of stations in life, as it were. We need grunts, and we need people that know how to run books. We need people that can help out with the projects and give time for fundraising.
We feel that it's very important for citizens to become engaged in their local region and take the responsibility of stewardship. There are a lot of programs out there that allow for people to restore, protect, and conserve the natural resources in their watershed.
Well, what I would say about the time involved being a board member is that whatever they can give to the organization would be valued.
We have people that are involved as little as coming to a quarterly meeting that wish they could be more involved, but they manage to come and give their input, and that's very valuable. And then we have people that are retired, which are great. We give them a job.
It's a matter of personal responsibility on the part of those municipalities and citizens to bring those watersheds up to speed.
We've been very fortunate to have volunteers and board members that are very passionate about our organization because they believe what we're doing is the right thing to do.
So it has to be from the heart. You have to show that you're interested. As I said, the results are in itself proof of the pudding.
I think one time we figured out that the amount of hours we get from volunteers each year is more than a full-time staff person would be, so that helps our budget also.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Basically, what you know, on a nice summer day to go sit by the stream and have your feet in the water and wait for the ATVs to come in. But then you had to get up and take the 5-gallon buckets out of the ATV, put it into the stream, and that was a little bit of work.
Going back 10 years ago, starting working with this organization, and you'd be at the county fair or at the Grange fair, and trying to do some outreach, and someone would say, "Well, where's the shed at?" And you'd have to explain to them that it's not a building, that it's an actual area. You live here, and whenever you run the water out of your washing machine or run the water out of your sink, that water goes somewhere.
Well, everyone should care. Absolutely everyone. Every citizen should feel a sense of responsibility for the water resources in their own community. We all live downstream from somewhere, and throughout Pennsylvania, with our major waterways, many times they are the withdrawal source for drinking water. So what happens upstream in the headwaters is hugely important for safe drinking water.